Guys, welcome back to some more F1 2017 and part 9 of Season 2 of our Red Bull career mode, and today we have the Austrian Grand Prix, which we can look very much forward to. We've got the new upgrade in place. Let me just show you that on the tree. There we go, it's on the powertrain. It is this here. We've got a better oil pressure pump, and it has certainly moved our car towards the standard of Mercedes. The next one that we're going to be going for is hopefully the intercooler. If not, we'll go for the pistons, and hopefully that will improve the car enough to make us into a world championship contender. It is very, very nerve-wracking this weekend. It's in front of the bosses of Red Bull. After a couple of good performances, we've kind of saved our job recently, but a really good performance in this weekend's Grand Prix will go a long way to helping our championship and helping our chances with other teams as well for going into Season 3. But without further ado, I shall now hand over to David Croft and Anthony Davidson, who'll take you through the Austrian Grand Prix.
I, for one, can't wait to get started. And there's another very excited little chap here beside me as well. It's our very own Anthony Davidson. Great to see you again today.
Thanks for that, Crofty. And I'm really anxious to get underway here. We've got all the makings of a great race today. World champions in competitive cars, lots of drivers on form, and I suspect a few strategists on the pit wall looking to try something a bit different and maybe jump their cars up the order.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. It's Red Bull in pole position then, and starting alongside in P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen, Hamilton, Daniel Ricciardo and Bottas, Ocon, Perez, Hulkenberg and Roman Grosjean, Massa, Palmer, Carlos Sainz and Magnussen, Kvyat, Wehrlein, Lance Stroll and Stoffel van Dorn, Alonso and Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Right, let's be patient going into turn 1. We want to be in a good position for the rest of the race. Good luck.
Right guys, here we are down on the track, and it is pole position. I don't know, I just managed to hook up the time perfectly. We just pushed so hard, we got the tyres in the right zone. It was just a perfect lap, to be honest with you. And it was 3/10 quicker. I think we were really good with the new update. And no, we've just done really, really well this Grand Prix. And we're hoping to get our first victory today. Cautious Paul, if you're out there, hopefully we can do it for you. But no, hopefully you guys are good and still enjoying the series. I think this will probably be a once a week thing now on a Friday at 8 o'clock. But this is coming out on a Monday, so that's how controversial I like to be. But yeah, I don't know, I just don't have the time really to do 2 episodes a week these days, so oh, Kevin Magnussen's been disqualified, and Carlos Sainz. What's happened there? Have they just been disqualified from the formation lap, or is it something a bit more serious? How much spare fuel do we have? We don't really know. We'll put a brand new power unit in this weekend, so maybe that's why we were so much quicker than Vettel. I mean, 3.5. Oh my word! Good job. It's a really, really good job that there's no damage on the formation lap. That was quite hilarious, actually. But hopefully Vettel won't be in that position at the end of lap 1. Nah, they're just on the grid. So they must have just been disqualified from the formation lap, which is quite interesting. But we're getting ready for the lights. Our second time starting from pole position. Obviously we started on pole in Mexico. We qualified on pole for Malaysia, but started at the back. So this is the first time that we've qualified in P1 and start in P1 on the grid. So we got the achievement and I absolutely can't wait for this. It's going to be tough to hold off Vettel and Raikkonen, even Lewis Hamilton, off the start here. But let's get ready for the lights. Lights out, away we go. A very quick release of the lights, and Vettel's off to a wonderful start. We were kind of caught out by the speed of the lights. Oh, we'll try to go down the... Hamilton was trying to go down the inside there, and we made contact with him. But Vettel has made the jump on us. Safety car deployed. And that's probably the worst thing that could have happened for us, to be honest with you. Because now we're going to be bunched back up. I apologise to Hamilton. I tried to undercut Vettel, and I think we would have managed to do it if we hadn't made the contact with Hamilton. So I apologise to Lewis for that, for closing it down his line. But we have a safety car early on in this Grand Prix. We are down in second, but we do know that we have a little bit more pace than Sebastian Vettel across one lap. So hopefully we'll be able to turn this around. We've just got to stay nice and close under safety car conditions. Hopefully we won't have any of the glitch, and I'll see you guys when we're about to end the safety car period. Alright then guys, the safety car's in this lap, and we've got to get ready to chase Vettel as soon as he bolts it, which is surely going to be around this corner. There we go, he's away. And we're back racing again in this Austrian Grand Prix. We've got to try and stay in the slipstream of him. Come down towards turn 1. Managed to hit the apex quite nicely. And as we go up the hill, this is our weakest part of the track, this next turn. So we've definitely got to get this right. But Vettel definitely caught us sleeping just a little bit on the safety car restart. He has got a better exit than us on this straight, as has Bottas. Bottas right behind us. Remember, they've all got greater straight line speed. Oh, this could be quite interesting. He thinks come in next lap. Let's go for it, because I feel like when we stay in the dirty air of Vettel, we're just going to lose more time. So lap 5 he said, so we'll come in next lap. We'll try and push our hardest on the in lap and try and close the gap to Vettel, but we have got Bottas and Raikkonen right behind us. 5/10 slower than Vettel on that lap, but it is because of the dirty air. We're just struggling in the high downforce sections of the track, and obviously struggling to stay close in these sections because of the bad straight line speed. So I think it will be good to come in, although we have had a very good exit from that corner, and DRS is available next lap. Vettel's going quite slowly, to be honest with you. Oh, we lock up. That's annoying. We didn't lose too much from it. Do we come in next lap instead? Maybe we do. Vettel's all over the place here. We could have a chance.
Don't forget, pit in this lap.
We're not going to pit this lap, Jeff, because we're closing in on Vettel. Oh, damn it. I thought that's where we had to brake. That was a lack of concentration. And DRS is going to be enabled this lap.
Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS.
But I'm assuming Vettel must be saving fuel or something, because he's just so slow in a straight line. We're closing in on him here. We might not even need the DRS. We're going to go... Whoa! Vettel makes contact with us. I don't know what happened there. We've got the DRS. We've made the move for the lead. I just want to see what Vettel did. Was it our fault? As you see, we were coming up the hill. We were right in his slipstream. We went to the outside. It was just a bit of a coming together, I think. I mean, we threw our hand up in frustration, which suggests to me that perhaps it was Vettel's fault. I mean, he's weaving about. I don't know. Feel like Vettel could have done more. We've got the DRS. Bottas has apparently got a mechanical problem, so I don't know what that is. But we're pulling away with DRS. It's whether we come in this lap or try and stay out and build a lead. Because we've definitely got more pace than Vettel at this stage. And it's a risk, or it's always a risk changing onto new tyres. So I think we stay out there. We go back to our plan of coming in on lap 7. We try and build that lead to Vettel. If we can get this to over a second, that would be amazing. Just hit the curb a bit heavy on the last turn there. Bottas is really holding up the people behind. But if we can nail this lap before coming in, then it's only going to be an advantage, isn't it? Well guys, we're coming into the pits this lap. We've got Sebastian Vettel right behind us. I'm assuming he's probably going to come in as well. Going to have to really push into the pit lane. And look at that. We are ahead at the moment. We're away, and we managed to get out in front. That is a huge move at this stage of the Grand Prix, to get out in front of Sebastian Vettel. Hopefully we won't hit the pit exit like we did last year around here. And we haven't. We're away. And we have got a little bit of a gap to Vettel, and he's come out behind the traffic. It looks like that was Kimi Räikkönen maybe behind Marcus Ericsson. We have got a couple of people out of the race. I don't know exactly what's happened, but there's a couple of people out. Romain Grosjean out of the race. Oh, Daniel's out of the race. What happened to him? That's two. Oh no, he didn't drop out in Baku, did he? I thought he did. Maybe he did. I can't remember. But either which way, Grosjean's out. There's no safety car. Closing in on Pascal Wehrlein. There's another yellow flag up here. We're going to get DRS. Should easily be able to pass Pascal Wehrlein. He's going to make it fairly difficult for us. It was obviously an on-track overtake. It's not blue flags, so it is always going to be difficult. But we're back up to 5th. I don't know where the likes of Räikkönen and Bottas are in this race, so we'll just have to see. But currently things are looking good. We obviously made that very important move on Vettel a couple of laps ago and stayed out that extra lap, and I think that's really helped us, because we held up Vettel on the pit area, and then came in. It was all luck at the end of the day, but luck that we wouldn't have had if we'd come in 2 laps previously. We're catching up to them at some pace, and we are setting purple times here, so this could be our fastest lap here. Let's just see. Come round the final turn, and here we go. Is it going to be the fastest lap? You bet it is. A 9.2. Beat that, Vettel. So we're closing in on this pack ahead. I will just stay with the action until we're sort of past this group, because this is a very important part of the race. We're setting purple sector 1 once again. We've got lots of squabbling going on here. Oh dear, they're on the grass. That forces us onto the grass. This is risky for us to be overtaking them in this manner, but we're going to do it. It's a Williams 1-2 at the moment. That'll obviously be changing with a Toro Rosso 3-4. We have to take evasive action from Danny Kvyat there. He was going down our inside, and I thought it was better to do what we did than risk a collision. I obviously didn't want to go into the gravel, but you know, desperate times call for desperate measures. Kvyat pits Sainz doesn't. This is horrible because they're so slow. We could easily lose a front wing or something here. Whoa, what's Sainz doing? What is Sainz doing? You have to just pass him and trust that he'll hold his line. Hopefully he'll hold up Raikkonen a little bit. But we have took back the lead. Kimi Raikkonen is now in second, so he jumped Vettel in the pit stops, which is not good for Vettel. It's good for us, I guess. I feel like Kimi Raikkonen's a less scary prospect than Sebastian Vettel. And hopefully they'll have a bit of a squabble behind while we race off into the sunset and get our first ever victory. Let's see if we can do an on-track overtake of Stroll. Let's hope it's nice and safe, unlike the Kvyat and Sainz overtakes. This is just ridiculous. We're going to have to try and get past him as quickly as we can. A little bit of wheel-to-wheel contact. I thought Stroll might have made it a little bit easier, but we are through and we have got the gap and we are leading and are set for our first ever Grand Prix victory. And what better place to do it than the Red Bull Ring? Well guys, we're about to come on to the last lap. We're still in the lead. Not much has happened. The tyres have really gone off, and that's why Kimi Raikkonen is as close as he is. He was as far as 2.3 seconds behind a couple of laps ago, but we've really struggled through particularly the middle sector in the last lap or so. And he is really closing in. We've got some yellow flags which might help us actually, but he's probably going to be in the DRS range. So Kimi Raikkonen, this is your chance to overtake us. We've managed to get a good exit. I don't think he's going to get anywhere close. But as long as we nail the rest of the corners, we should be absolutely fine. We're coming through the second sector now. And this is the big part of the track where we've been struggling in recent laps because of the tyres, because of the load that you have to put them through this section. We've been going a little wide, but we've managed to absolutely nail it. And there is a slow car coming round this final bend. It's Magnussen, he stays out of the way. And here we come round to finish the Austrian Grand Prix in first place. We've got our first win. Oh, it's been a long time coming, but we have our first win in F1 2017 career mode. Come on!
So another fantastic victory for Red Bull today. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
Well, the safety car completely changed the race, didn't it? It's hard to say exactly what would have happened without it, but there's no question that they came out of that situation in a good position.
We definitely did.
Now the drivers are making their way out. We need Red Bull fighting at the front. They do an incredible amount for Formula One, and that's another winner's trophy heading back to Milton Keynes.
And there we are, spraying the champagne. Our first ever victory in Formula One. We've got to be happy with that. We really do have to be happy with that.
The World Championship. Here's how things look in the drivers' table. It wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Let's give it to Lance Stroll. That was a quality drive from start to finish. He can be proud of that one.
And here's how things are shaping up in the
Bit harsh. I thought we deserved driver of the day.
Our championship leaders who lose ground at the top of the table. Another team that excelled today was Williams, who make further progress up the table.
Anyway, let's have a look at the standings. Valtteri Bottas leads the way still, 8 points ahead of Lewis Hamilton. Sebastian Vettel in third, 9 points behind, with Kimi Raikkonen 14 points behind. That is such a close battle at the top. We move up to 5th place after Daniel Ricciardo's retirement. We're 76 points off the pace at the moment, but hopefully that is a sign of things to come. If you've enjoyed that, make sure you leave a like down below. It honestly does mean the world to me. Really does help out the channel as well. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.